Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalia and this channel about software testing for beginners. If you are the one who is looking into IT career, or maybe you already working as a tester and want to learn something new, I think this is the right place. In today's video, we're gonna talk about how to create IT resume. In this video, you will learn structure of the resume, overview of each section with examples, formatting rules, what keywords to use to make your resume more searchable for recruiters, and where you can find examples of the resumes so you can use it to build your own. Let's talk about structure. The resume will contain 5 main sections. First section is a profile information or your contact information. Second section, summary of your skills and experience. Third section, technical skills. Fourth section, your professional experience. And last section, education. Before we're gonna start to discuss each section more detailed, I want to just give you an explanation why it's very important that you have a very good resume before you go to the market. I'm gonna talk from my personal experience, how I built my own resume, and from experience I learned while reviewing multiple resumes and giving feedback. The resume is not just a few pages of paper. It's something which gonna connect you to the recruiter or HR and allow you to apply for the jobs you want. When you go in the market, any person who will contact you to your potential employer, he will learn about you by looking on your resume. That's why it's very important to have a very structured, professional written resume where you can show all your knowledge you have, where you can introduce yourself as a professional. Otherwise, how else they will know about you and how else they will want to schedule an interview with you. Let's start with the first section, which will be on top of your resume. We call it profile information or contact information section. In this section, you will need to write your full name, and after that, you will need to write title of position you're applying for. So if it's a QA tester or manual tester or SDET, automation tester, or maybe it's full stack developer. So this structure of resume will apply for any IT position. Once you wrote the title of position you're applying for, you will need to provide contact details. So you're gonna put your phone number, you're gonna put professional email, and you can also add location. I'm gonna talk more detail about each of these. Phone number, please enter correct phone number. If you're applying in US, you don't need to provide a country code unless you're targeting some companies overseas. Professional email address, what does it mean? It means that your email address will contain your name and last name. If your first name and last name is very long, I would suggest to use initial of your first name, following by dot or underscore, and after your full name. For location, please do not provide your address. For location, the only things you need to provide it's the city name where you're located and state. If you're immigrant like I am, and you may have different status in order to work for US companies, I would suggest add also status in US. It can be a green card holder or authorized to work without sponsorship if you have work permission or some type of visa which allow you to work, or US citizen if you already have it. And optional, you can also add your LinkedIn account to show your experience, but you don't have to. The next section is resume summary. It can be written in 2 to 4 sentences about your professional experience and tools you know, or also it can be written in bullet points. I like the bullet point structure because it's allow you to add more tools and technical knowledge you have, especially if you don't have that many years of experience. It will allow you to mention multiple skills, not just under the technical skills section, but also under summary bullet points. In the summary bullet points, I will definitely mention how many years of experience you have, what type of methodology you work in. Next section is technical skills. In the technical skills, we're gonna highlight absolutely all tools and technologies you learn during your career, or maybe you learn on your own or take some classes. So this is very important because we need to remember this is a technical resume, and when recruiter or HR person looking on a resume, they're looking for a technical skill set which matches the project they have position for. You can divide the technical skills into table where you're gonna specify what area of skills it is and explain each skill. For example, if we are talking about automation tools, as an automation tester, you can mention Selenium WebDriver, you can mention Karate, types of frameworks you work with. If you're a manual tester, what type of management tools you use to write your test cases and log defects. If you perform not just UI but backend tests, you can also separate and highlight the technical skills which relate to API testing and tools which relate to database testing. So if you guys need more examples about tools, please leave the comments below and I will be happy to reply with examples what tools you can put there. If you would like to add some soft skills to your resume, you can do it, but I don't think it's very important for technical resume, because when recruiter or HR person select you as a candidate for moving with the interview, they selecting you because of your technical skills. And for soft skills, you will present them during the interviews. So they will definitely learn about your positive mindset, about your ability to work as a part of the team, detailed oriented, and other soft skills you would like to present on your interview. The next section is professional or work experience. So in this section, you want to mention all companies and projects you work for. If you are a student and you just graduated or you just learn on your own how to be a tester, then you can use the projects you work on during your study. When you're filling out this section, we're gonna mention each project or each company you work for. First, you're gonna mention your title, then you're gonna put company or project name, followed by location. Again, as a reminder, for location, we're gonna add only city and state. And also you're gonna add period of time you work on this project. We're gonna only use months and year, and if it's current project, then you're gonna add until present or until current. Then you're gonna put your job responsibilities or responsibilities for this project. What we're gonna add to responsibilities? It's similar to the summary bullet points if you use that structure. Under responsibilities, you're gonna use different keywords such as hands-on experience, implemented, developed, participated, and others, and you will explain what tools and technologies you work with, because it's very important. Later on, we will talk about keywords and I will tell you why it's important to mention all tools several times. And also it will be good under each project put environment. Environment means it's combination of tools and technologies you use, and mention each tool one more time. And last section, education section. In that section, you're gonna provide the highest level of your education, the highest degree you have. It's also going in anti-chronological order, means you're gonna put the latest education first. So please provide your degree and major. And my own advice, if your major is not IT related, I would not specify it. I would just say a degree you have and skip the major to avoid any additional questions. Then you're gonna put your university, college, or school name, and you will put a year of graduation. And if you are still studying, you can put the month and year you started and present keyword again. Once you add degree you have, if you have any IT certification, please mention them as well in that section. As per IT certification, you will add certificate name and the year when you receive it. Let's talk about keywords you must use. Since it's technical resume, please make sure you use all skills and technologies as a keywords through all of your resume. I would write down the list of tools you know, and after I will do search in your resume you just created. I will use Ctrl F and I will search each tool and technology you have, and I will check how many times you mentioned that keyword in your resume. So keywords is very important, and it's preferable to mention each tool and technology from 5 to 15 times during whole resume, especially if it's a resume for automation tester. You want the programming languages you use, such as Java, JavaScript, C++, mention at least 10 to 15 times, and the same if you use Jasmine framework or Selenium WebDriver, please mention the main tools more than 10 times on your resume. Why it's important is because many recruiting companies and HR departments using automated system which pulling your resume from different databases, and their system search by keywords were entered for search. If you have many keywords and this combination of keywords will match the requirements for that project, you will have more chance your resume will be pulled from the pool of resumes and sent to a recruiter or HR person. Let's say you create your resume, you add all sections I talk about, and you check the keywords and everything looks good. But now let's talk about formatting. Is your resume have the same font size during that resume for each section? Is it centralized and have some bold text which looks nice and bring attention to the section? Or it has different colors and different font size and look very unprofessional? Formatting of your resume is very important. First of all, check your resume for grammar. You can use Grammarly or other tools to do that. Check the size of the font you use, and it's the same size unless it's some headers of the sections or something you wanna highlight it, make it bold or bigger, that's fine. But the main text of your resume should follow the same size. Also, please do not use any fancy fonts. There are standard professional fonts you can use, which is Times New Roman, Arial, Calibri. I think this is like main 3 fonts you can use. And as per size of the font, it runs from 10 to 14 for the main text, and for the headers you can use 16 to 18. Last I want to talk about today, it's where to find examples of IT resume, so you have an idea what sentences to put, what keyword to use. One of the place I suggest to use is a well-known website called Indeed. How you're gonna search your resume on that website? You will need to create account and log in as an employer. Then if you put SDET or QA tester or manual tester or automation tester into the search box, you will see multiple resumes. These resumes is written by people like you who also applying for different positions, and you can use it as example. Please do not just copy paste sentences from the resume you found. Use it as a base, use it as a reminder what technologies you can put on your resume, but do not just copy paste because it's gonna be plagiat. It's not good to do it. And thank you so much for watching this video until the end. And in next video, I will be talking about websites where you can post your resume and how to find positions you would like to apply for. Subscribe to this channel so you're not gonna miss my next upcoming videos. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much, guys, and see you in my next video.